Welcome everyone to the best part of your day with Devin and Tay.
Welcome.
And we want to make sure we introduce y'all to this new segment, Spittin Fax.
Oh, this is what you were talking about when you were talking about Spittin Fax.
Yes, Tay.
Ah.
Spittin Fax is about current events, what's going on, and we want to make sure that we educate you.
Yeah. So today we're gonna be talking and highlighting the big dog, none other than Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Period.
So sit back, relax, and be prepared to catch all these facts.
Hey, Tay.
D-Town, what's up?
Best part of your day with Devin and Tay. It's the best part of your day. Best part of your day. Let's get it now. Best part of your day. It's the best part of your day.
Did you know that Dr. King's original birth name was Michael and not Martin?
Did you know that Dr. King went to college at the age of 15?
Did you know that Dr. King was arrested 30 times during his lifespan?
Did you know that Dr. King is the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner?
Did you know that Dr. King was nearly assassinated 10 years prior to his actual assassination?
And did you know that George Washington is the only other American to have a holiday observed on their birthday? Woo! Chile! Who knew saying factual information could be so exhausting?
I do. Probably those wonderful people that stormed the Capitol.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Anyways, let's get back to talking about someone who was a lot more peaceful.
You are correct, my friend.
Thank you.
So, this national holiday that is Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a day that is important to those all around the world. So, we want to take a moment and think about what 3 words make you think of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.?
So, right off the bat, the 3 words that I have thought of are perseverance, leadership, and education. So in that order, perseverance. Dr. King had to go through a lot. Like,
He did.
he struggled. All because of the color of his skin. From being beaten to thrown in jail to almost assassinated 10 years prior to when he actually got assassinated. That man, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but he just went through more than we will ever go through in like 10 lifetimes, honestly. Next, leadership. Even though he went through that, he was able to lead a nation of people. Like, not just this person, that person needs to, like, Dr. King led marches. He led speeches. He was a leader. He was a leader. When you hear the word leader, you should think Dr. King. And last but not least, the 3rd word is definitely education. Dr. King, like you said earlier, he graduated with, he went into college
At the age of 15.
At the age of 15. When I was 15, I was playing soccer, trying to talk to some girl, and playing on my Xbox 360. I was not entering college. I was not reading works from Henry David Thoreau like he was. I was not studying Gandhi's philosophy and the plethora of other individuals and works that he read throughout his lifetime. I read that Dr. King learned how to read before he entered grade school. So, you don't get much more educated than that. But enough about me. What about you? What 3 words come to your mind when you hear Dr. King?
when I think of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I really think of spirituality, acceptance, and discipline.
Okay.
Now, these three things I feel like are some of the pinnacles of what he taught and he wanted us to follow when we were approaching the civil rights movement.
Right.
Spirituality. He recognized all religions. He recognized that we were all God's children, and though that the differences may steer us in different ways, but recognizing us as people and individuals and humans worthy of love, it really just was groundbreaking at the time. He was giving these facts at these big crowds, and it was really important and really impactful. Going through reading his speeches, you felt the love and the spirit in there. I mean, as someone who has really grown in my spiritual journey, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. really resonates with me because it wasn't about any type of denomination. It was about accepting those around you.
Yeah.
And that's one of the first things. It leads into my second word too, accepting those around you. Because we love acceptance. One of the things that he taught was this acceptance of everyone. And so I know I tell you this all the time. It's like I just want to make people feel comfortable and feel accepted around me when they're in my presence. And that was something that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he did that in his presence, but he also pushed it on the world. Think about one man with the help of all those activists. Of course, we want to make sure we recognize those who work beside him.
Yeah, definitely.
But taking that time to really motivate and move them, like, and no social media.
Bro, a world without no social media is a world I don't want to be in.
Exactly. So it's just like he moved the masses because enough was enough.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it ties back to nowadays because we still want acceptance. And we still need acceptance, and we need to accept those around us. And finally, the last one, and definitely not least, is discipline. The discipline to wake up. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Every morning, knowing that the FBI was listening, that you were receiving threats from terrorist groups. Domestic terrorists were threatening his life day by day. The day before he died, on his plane, when he was on the plane, his plane was delayed. He almost didn't make it to Memphis, Tennessee, because they were double checking everything, the cargo on the plane, to make sure that no one was going to try to kill him. They even had guards there overnight. So to be preaching something that was of acceptance, spirituality, difference, equity, and workers' rights is just, and that be considered a threat.
Yeah.
And for people who want to eliminate you, it just speaks to the power of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I am so proud to say that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is my frat brother. Like, he is the epitome of boss moves. Okay? He organized the world and moved the nation. We got some more moving to do. Make sure to enjoy this national holiday commemorating Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and try to take some time to get out there and help those around you.
Yeah.
And don't forget to check, is your fax machine on? Yeah, we keeping it.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. I hope you learned. I hope you laughed. I hope we were the best part of your day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share.
The best part of your day with Devin and Tay. It's the best part of your day. The best part of your day with Devin and Tay.
Hey, Tay.
D-Town, what's up?
The best part of your day with Devin and Tay. It's the best part of your day. The best part of your day. Let's get it out. The best part of your day.